Welcome, freshmen, to Oklahoma State University. There's no better place to go to school.
Freshman year can offer a lot of unique challenges. I know it did for me. It's hard to find a balance between exercise, social obligations, and this new thing called studying. What did you struggle with?
I really struggled with time management, but that's why we're here, to help you.
I'm Julia Benbrook.
And I'm Nate Bell.
And we're here with a few tips and tricks on how to survive your freshman year.
On this episode of Pete's Corner, it's Pete's School Survival Guide. Traditions are a great part of the experience, and OSU is no different.
One of my favorite OSU traditions is the way that everyone lines up in front of the Union to cheer on our football team as they head to the stadium.
And don't forget about how they dye the library fountain orange every single home football game.
Traditions are a huge part of the culture at OSU.
And one tradition that everybody participates in is school spirit.
Go Pokes!
Traditions are a huge part of the culture at Oklahoma State University, like the bell that chimes the alma mater every day at noon. Since freshmen are so new to campus, we thought we'd put together a few tips to help you adjust. There are a few traditions that every freshman needs to know before they step on campus. Tip number 1. On Fridays, we wear orange. Orange Fridays are an OSU tradition that encourages school spirit.
To see everyone on campus in orange is just something that really unites us, I think, as a campus. It's really cool to walk around and be able to see everyone so excited about OSU.
Orange on Friday is much more than a color.
I love Orange Friday.
Happy Orange Friday!
Thanks, Allison. This leads us to our second tradition, our world-famous mascot that can be found all over campus.
Tip number 2. For Pete's sake, you need to know that Pistol Pete is based off of a real cowboy, Frank Eaton.
That's what makes Pistol Pete so special to us here at the university, is that we saw Frank Eaton, who was Pistol Pete, and we said we want him to be a real-life example of what we want OSU to stand for.
Frank Eaton is described as outgoing and very charismatic. And as you can see, Pete still is. You can find Pete any game day. And of course, he will be attending the nation's greatest homecoming. Tip number 3, you should get pumped for OSU's homecoming.
Oklahoma State University homecoming is generally known as America's greatest homecoming celebration. 1, for its sheer size, but 2, for the true experience that it puts on for everybody.
This year's theme is Stillwater, still loyal, still true. So as you can see, there are many traditions that you can jump into to make the most of your experience at OSU. For Pete's Corner, I'm Julia Benbrook.
That story makes me want to sing the alma mater, read the Ocali, and jump into Theta Pond.
Those are all great things to check out at OSU, but I would advise freshmen not to jump in Theta Pond so quickly. This year's all about getting your feet wet on campus.
Speaking of OSU traditions, something that unfortunately everyone has to endure is the stress of parking on campus.
If you don't want to walk to class every day, you need to purchase a parking permit to save yourself a lot of time and money.
Yeah, those parking tickets can range from $20 and up.
OSU's parking enforcement officers are always on patrol, and unfortunately, they will not hesitate to give you a ticket.
No, they won't. Jacqueline's here to give you a few tips on what to do to lower the stress of parking.
Parking on campus can be a hassle for anyone, but for incoming freshmen who are not used to the confusion, it can be a nightmare. OSU's parking system is designed to accommodate students, staff, and visitors.
So basically we have 3 different parking areas. We got commuter student areas, res hall student areas, and then the staff areas, which basically faculty and staff park in.
If you're willing to pay for a spot closer to campus, there is metered parking in front of the Spears Business School and Morrill. The Student Union also has a paid parking garage that goes up every hour. It's also important to always make sure the parking spot you are in matches up with your parking permit. Parking in a spot without the appropriate permit is an easy way to get a ticket.
Because normally with the freshmen, if they do something wrong, they park in the wrong place, the answer, is like, did you know where you could park? And I was like, well, I asked my friend and they told me park here, which is not always correct. So get good information, get it from us, look at our website, study the parking map, come by, call us, come by, talk to us, ask one of our enforcement officers out in the field.
Well, I've gotten 4 parking tickets just because of my careless mistakes. The main reason people get tickets is because they park in spots without the right permit, which is what I did. If you ever get a ticket, you can pay it online or at the transportation center.
Even though it may seem like parking can be a bit strict here on campus, there are times when the rules vanish and all spots are up for grabs.
The majority of campus is open to parking without a permit between 5 p.m. and 5 a.m.
By knowing the correct times and places, parking on campus can be a breeze. Whether you're a student, a staff member, or a visitor, OSU maintains a system that is organized and makes parking as easy as possible for everyone. For Pete's Corner, I'm Jacqueline Smith.
Finding a parking spot on campus is only half the battle.
There are so many other things to think about, like what are you going to eat once you get on campus?
Well, luckily there are plenty of dining options, but finding one can be a bit overwhelming.
Especially when the lunch crowd hits the Union at noon.
And to avoid that infamous freshman 15, you're going to need to find some healthier options.
I have a lot of favorites, but I think I'm going to grab Jamba Juice today.
I think today I'm going to go to Mambo Italiano, but everyone can find their own favorite place that they like to go best.
Here to help you explore all the other dining options is Colton Gamble with The Sword.
Whether you're looking to dine in for a meal or grab a quick snack before your next class, OSU can supply you with meals of all kinds. From Mambo Italiano's Italian meals to Hard Rock Grill's medley of veggies and meats, Oklahoma State has you covered with over 27 restaurants to choose from. Though the choice for which place to go may be complex, one thing to keep in mind when dining is to always try to get to your next class on time. Alyssa Smith, one of the many student diners on campus, recommends that students get the full opportunity to try out meals a little bit closer to home.
I would say it's probably not best to go to the student union in the afternoon because that's when it's most crowded. But there are other good options, such as maybe eating closer to the dorms when there are less people there because most people eat lunch at the student union.
While Alyssa has waited enough times to know, as you can see, the line certainly isn't something that is uncommon. This usually coincides with classes just being released and everyone rushing to the union to get some food before the next class. But regardless of waiting, Alyssa has made time to dine at her favorite place, Red Earth Kitchen.
My favorite place to eat on campus is Red Earth because I like that their food seems more like it's homemade and not just heated up in a microwave.
But the union isn't the only place where you can get food. According to the official dining services website, OSU offers numerous places on campus, including places in the Kerr Drummond Mezzanine, near Bennett Hall, and plenty more. The director of dining services, Terry Baker, says that OSU students should expect a new arrival in mobile food.
In about 2-3 weeks, we'll be having our first food truck here on campus. So we use the food truck as a new option, and students can use their meal plans too.
For other options, Adams Market hosts the Galley, an Italian meal eatery that serves brick oven pizza, Squawkers, which hosts numerous country fixins, and Hard Rock Grill, which gives you a variety of options to choose from and have stir-fried right in front of you. The options are practically endless, but all you really need to know is what you like and how much time you have for some munchies. For Pete's Corner, I'm Colton Gamble, taking a bite on dining services.
Try not to let finding the right place to eat on campus stress you out too much. When you're brand new, there are way more important things to worry about.
College is already stressful enough as it is. With all that homework, tests, and the struggle of making new friends, it can really start to weigh down on you.
Thankfully, there are a lot of places created specifically to help you relax.
And it turns out you don't even have to leave campus anymore. OSU is adding all kinds of places to relax.
We're here to help you reboot.
Feeling stress with tests, papers, and studying? Don't fret. This is a survival guide to staying stress-free on Oklahoma State's campus. On the 3rd floor of the Student Union sits the Reboot Center, which is associated with University Counseling Services.
The Reboot Center is a stress management center for faculty, staff, and students. We're really here to help our users develop skills to manage stress more effectively.
The center uses software to relax the user through a device that measures heart rate and breathing pace to determine stress level. Veronica Sutton says breathing is the key to relaxing.
It's just encouraging a student to learn how much they can help themselves relax just by changing their breathing pattern.
And the best part of the Reboot Center is
You can have unlimited visits here. You don't have to make an appointment. You can just stop by. You can stay for as long as you want. You can stay for 10 minutes. You can stay for an hour. You can just kind of, decide what helps you the most.
while the Student Union has great spots to relax, it isn't the only building on campus with quiet places to unwind. Edmond Lowe Library is generally a quiet place. However, the library offers study rooms that students can check out. Whitney Vitale says the study rooms can be used for whatever students need them for.
I've seen students do a lot of things in these rooms. From some people have Skype interviews in the study rooms. Some people have group projects. I know a lot of people actually have lunch in study rooms. They'll book a study room over lunch, bring their lunch in. I've seen TV shows being played on Netflix.
The rooms are simple to check out too. Visit Edmond Lowe's website to reserve a study room.
Not only are they a great place to relax inside, but they're a great place to relax outside.
Students can now enjoy hammocks and swings on a gorgeous day outdoors. The newly opened area is located between Edmond Lowe Library and the Classroom Building. All of these locations are excellent spots to unwind and decompress. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. For Pete's Corner, this is Ryan Parker.
The Reboot Center is open from 8 a.m. to noon and 1 p.m. to 5 on all weekdays. And don't forget, you can always check out a study room whenever the library is open.
Also, have you seen the new hammock on campus, the one that looks like a spider web? It's the perfect place to de-stress.
Julia, I totally agree. It's definitely one of my new places to go on campus.
But it's starting to get late and we have a test tomorrow, so let's get started.
Sometimes studying really isn't as peaceful as you think.
That's so true. Sometimes it gets so loud in the dorms you can't even hear yourself think.
So, if I'm getting really distracted, where do you think I should go?
Well, I know who can help us. Here's Zach Furman with a story on the best places to study after dark on campus.
It's an old story. It's late at night, you have a paper due the next day, and your roommate just won't shut up about his cat. You need a quiet place to finish your work.
Many students think that an off-campus coffee shop is the only place to work in peace after dark. But a few places on campus, such as the Edmond Lowe Library, stay open late for all you night owls.
The library offers a wide variety of resources, from research to the Math and Science Center upstairs to study rooms where you can do different projects, computers with 24-hour access for printing. The Cafe Libro is open most hours of the day. Just anything you could think of that you need to utilize for school, the library has.
Those students can usually find a computer station at any time. Some areas of the library do have to sleep for the night.
The Cafe Libro actually closes at 11:30 p.m. and the Math Study Center upstairs actually is also closed, but the library, other than those two, are all access. Also, on Fridays and Saturdays, we're not 24 hours. The library closes at 10 p.m.
But what happens when you find yourself out late with energy to burn? Many students find that after the sun sets is the perfect time to hit the Colvin Center.
During the week, we're open until midnight, as well as our performance studio is open until midnight. We do have a few group fitness activities, classes that you can go to. Our equipment room is open until midnight, so you can check out basketballs, racquetballs, footballs, soccer balls.
The Colvin stays pretty packed throughout the day, but if you're willing to wait until a bit later, it can pay off.
Usually until about 9 or 10, it's a little busy, but after that, it's pretty open, so it's nice to come work out then.
Students are used to staying up late to get things done. Knowing what's available on campus during the small hours of the night will keep you from being left in the dark. For Pete's Corner, I'm Zachary Furman.
For more information on all the classes offered at the Colvin, feel free to check out wellness.okstate.edu.
I love the Colvin and all the opportunities that they offer to exercise, like the pools. They even have ping pong tables and basketball courts.
Yeah, I also highly recommend checking out the classes that they offer to stay healthy, happy, and fit.
But sometimes after that late night workout, it could be a little bit scary to watch your car or even your dorm alone.
I know I've definitely felt intimidated before walking back when there's no lights on at all on campus.
No matter who you are, do not be afraid to ask for help.
Safety is a huge concern here at OSU.
And OSU has numerous places to ask for help.
Coming fresh out of high school, you suddenly have so much freedom and things to do in college. But what can you do to stay safe? Worry no more, because OSU has you covered. Oklahoma State University is not only the healthiest campus in America, but it is also working toward becoming one of the safest. Started in 2014, the One is Too Many campaign became mandatory for all students. The purpose of the educational program is bringing down the number of students who suffer sexual assault.
Whether it's because somebody is now trained in bystander intervention and they intervene in a potentially dangerous situation, or it's the person who maybe didn't know what they were doing was considered sexual violence, and therefore they don't do that.
The One is Too Many website also provides a detailed guide of what to do in case you suffer from any kind of sexual violence. OSU is also innovating their safety resources, which is where the Orange Shield app comes into play. With many options stored in one place, students are only a click away from immediate police and medical assistance.
In the past, we've always had to rely upon the emergency telephones that you see positioned across campus. By using the app, now everybody's Android or iPhone can be used to summon assistance when necessary.
What happens if you have to walk from Theta Pond all the way to Serenity Center and you're all alone? You need to worry no more because you just have to pull out your phone and call the Safe Walk program.
Safe Walk program, which is a program started to ensure that you are safely walking from one location to another on OSU property.
The program is available 24/7 and it works from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. When students call the OSU Non-Emergency Police Department, 2 public officers escort them to anywhere on campus. The service is accessed through the Orange Shield app, the emergency telephones, or calling directly to 405-744-6523. For Pete's Corner, I'm Marcia Guevara.
Remember, if your car battery ever dies, you lock yourself out, or you have a flat tire, campus police will always be there to help you out, free of charge.
Freshman year can be really scary, but if you follow the few tips we've given you, you'll be fine.
In the end, these will be the 4 best years of your life. We have great traditions, awesome dining options, and all kinds of stuff to do after dark.
That is so true. Just remember to be safe when you're walking home and try to avoid those annoying parking tickets.
When you think about it, college is all about discovering yourself and having a good time.
It's also about learning in the classroom and really soaking up every moment you spend at Oklahoma State University.
Well, if you need me, I'm going to be in the spider hammock. For Pete's Corner, I'm Nate Bell.
And I'm Julia Bimbrook. Try not to study too hard, and good luck.